Hello there. Here is Dr. Sylvia Forchap Likambi, the founder and CEO of Voice of Nations, a social enterprise and award-winning social enterprise based in Liverpool with an international outreach. Our mission is to become a world-class advocate, role model, and leader. We aspire to provide first-hand and quality support through education, engagement, empowerment, and it's our aspiration to provide education, workshop trainings, consultations, one-to-one mentorship, everything strategically designed to educate, empower, inspire, motivate, and boost the confidence of young girls and women in Liverpool, the UK, and at international level. And today I'll be taking you through a journey of confidence. How can you become a more confident you? You need to be confident. You need to be bold enough if you have to achieve greatness in life. If you have to go up there and achieve your goals. And I address you because you are a visionary. I address you because you are born with a great purpose, with a great vision to fulfill a unique mission on earth. You need to be confident. You need to let go of the petty fears. And I want to take you through this journey of confidence today. I hope as you listen to me, you will become blessed and will be able to gain more confidence. It's a process, remember. In it all, it's your life journey. You're in competition with nobody. It's your journey through success. Your journey of confidence leading you through success in life. It's no one else's journey. It is all about you. It's all about you becoming the best you could ever become in life. And how do you become that? It will be based on your beliefs, your experiences, emotions, energy, your strengths, your thoughts, and how you manage your time. Our greatest value on earth is time. If you value your time, then you value your life. Everything we do in life is done in a time frame. So I want to take you through that journey. What do you need to become a more confident you? How can you become more confident? What is it that makes some people so extremely confident that they feel like they own the world? That they feel like they can do anything they want to do because they believe in themselves. Confidence simply means having great faith, belief in someone or something, that you can fully rely on that person or on that thing. And how can you believe in someone if you don't trust them? Or how can you believe in something if you don't trust it? How can you trust someone if you don't know them? How can you trust something if you don't know it? In other words, for you to gain confidence, it starts with awareness. It starts with knowledge. Knowledge of what you have to rely on. Knowledge on what you have to trust on. And then, you can trust on that thing or on that person. And eventually, when you trust that person, you can relax and believe in that person. Regardless of what happens, regardless of the ups and downs, you know it's going to be fine because you believe in that person. So when we talk about self-confidence, who is it you're going to trust here? Who is it you're going to believe in? You have to trust yourself. You have to believe in yourself. How can you believe in yourself if you don't trust yourself? How can you trust yourself if you don't know yourself? So it comes down to self-awareness. One of the greatest things you should do is becoming aware of who you are, who you truly are. So if I ask you, who are you, what would you say? It is indispensable for you to gain confidence, self-confidence. You must know yourself. You must develop inner awareness of who you are, what your beliefs are, what your values are, how you think, how your thoughts control your life, the words you speak, the things you do. What are your habits? How do you relate with your experiences? Do you know what your strengths are? Do you know what you're called to do? Do you know what you love doing? Do you know what you dislike? You've got to look at all of these things. You cannot trust yourself if you don't know you too well, if you don't know what you're extremely good at. I'll give you a simple example. If you're a good driver, you know you've taken the driving test. You know you've got a license. You know you can drive well. When you get into a car, you do not panic. Because you know you have an in-depth knowledge, you have an in-depth skill, an in-depth understanding of the skills needed to drive. You can trust yourself, you can trust your judgment when it comes to driving, and you drive confidently. In other words, you're confident driving. Whereas if you don't have the knowledge, if you don't have the skills needed to drive, and you walk into a car and someone hands you the key of that car, you'll panic. You will not be able to drive. If at all you happen to set the engine on, I bet you'll actually be so afraid and scared, and you won't be able to drive. So it's so important, once you gain inner awareness of who you are, the strengths and everything I've just mentioned, you can now trust yourself and eventually believe in yourself. And when you believe in yourself, you know whatever happens, regardless of what happens, even in the good times or the bad times, even when things are going on all well, even in the moments of great success, of victory and failures, you know, I trust myself, I trust my abilities. And when you make errors, when you do something wrong, you just ought to forgive yourself, to know it's alright. For to err is human, no one is perfect. Forgive yourself and let go of the past. You can hold on to your past mistakes. If you have to move on and be victorious, if you have to move on and become a confident you must let go of your past, the past mistakes. And in reality, there are really no failures in life. Failures are what we just call feedback. They are feedbacks to tell you that what you did this time was not the right thing to do. The next time you should take another route. You should try something different. And be grateful. Even when you make errors, even when you fail, or when you have these feedbacks that something did not go wrong, did not go right. Be grateful. Because you have another chance. It could have been worse. But here you are again. With the greatness within you. Have another opportunity, another chance to prove yourself once more victorious. And above all, focus on your solutions. When those setbacks come, don't be so focused on the challenges. Don't be so focused on the obstacle in front of you. Change your perspective. Look around you. Change and focus on your direction. Look beyond that obstacle. Look beyond that setback. And let your focus be on the solution. For that's what people who are very confident do. Face your fears. Because once you focus on that solution, there will be some fears to hold you back. To make you stop from progressing. To make you not want to take those baby steps. Face your fears. Question them. Fears are simply false evidences that appear real. Do not be afraid. About 80% of the things we fear never come to pass. Why worry about things that are not even real? Why not just take a step forward, a step of faith, and fight a good fight of faith? Question your thoughts. When those fear comes in, when those thoughts come in, and so what, and so next. If this goes wrong, what about that? I've got nothing to lose. It's better trying than never trying at all. How could I experience true success if I've never learned to fail? And then you take actions. Do not be afraid to take actions. Because in it all, we may have all this, a great awareness of ourselves, believe in ourselves. Let go of our past. Be grateful and focus on the solution. We can face our fears. But then, if we do not act, there can be no change. You need to take actions. You need to start acting. Take those first baby steps. One step at a time. Step by step. Brick by brick. Wall by wall. One little step. And then you can finally get to the destination. Smile while you do this. Just relax. Laugh. And enjoy while you do this. Endorphin is being released, the feel-good factor, which makes you less stressful and enjoy life, for life is beautiful. And whatever happens once you're taking the step of faith and moving ahead, it's just a feedback. It's a lesson for you to learn. And then you take the whole step all over again. Do not give up. Do not actually give up. I will tell you 3 secrets of extremely confident people. That's one of my greatest, or the 3 things I always hold on to. So many people have asked me before, what makes you so confident? Something is because of my educational background. I say no. Even when I was a child, I was a very confident child. When I've not studied, I've not had all of those degrees and PhD, I was still very confident because I knew these things about myself. I knew who I was. I was confident. I trusted myself and believed in myself. And what are these three fundamentals that most people who are successful actually hold on to? And then I want to give you these tips. You must look on this as well. The first thing is their achievement. They've got something to prove. They've got something to tell them. It's what? Trusting on yourself. It's what believing on yourself. They've got achievements in the past. And when they progress, they celebrate the little milestone. They celebrate the little progress they make. Celebrate your achievements, whatever they are. Sometimes we tend too often to minimize ourselves, to look down on ourselves. We focus on that big goal, forgetting that before a home is built, it started with a single brick. 1 brick, 2 bricks, then it became a wall, then a roof over it, and then a great home. Celebrate those progress. Celebrate those little steps. Something like, you woke up today, you set a goal. You accomplished one thing on your list. Celebrate yourself. Something like, you're a wonderful mother. You might be a lonely mom. You might be a lone parent, but yet you are capable of bringing up your children. Celebrate something like, you might not have a job today, at least you studied and you have a degree. You might not have a degree, at least you're working towards a degree. Celebrate the little progress in life. It gives you fulfillment. It gives you a sense of purpose. It motivates you to keep going. You become so confident and you want to keep going. Confident people always celebrate their achievements. And because they have achievements, it tells them that if I've done it in the past, if I've achieved in the past, then I can do it again, regardless of what happens to me. Another thing they focus on is their strengths. Oh yeah, they focus a lot on their strengths and enhance it in every way they can to become experts in that field or domain. They don't focus a lot on their weaknesses. They develop those weaknesses that will hinder them from fulfilling their strengths and purpose. They don't focus on the weaknesses that are irrelevant. They don't try to be another person, they just be themselves. In their weaknesses, they are still confident. Their weaknesses don't make them any inferior. Their weaknesses is just an indication of things they are not meant to do. And they focus on the strengths. Because the truth is, they are given such strengths for a unique purpose. They are equipped and wired with those strengths because they needed to fulfill a unique mission. They needed to accomplish their purpose. And they've understood the art of that. They've mastered their strengths. And they keep working and working day by day, night by night on their strengths to become the master of that. I heard the story of this gentleman, very confident, successful. And he was once asked during an interview, you are such a wonderful man. You are such a success. What is your greatest weakness? All through we hear about your strengths, he smiled and said, do you know what? In reality, I never think about my weakness. This is something I might have to reflect on. I don't know any of my weakness as I'm talking to you now because I focus a lot on my strengths. And my strengths have taken me to where I am today. And the person interviewing him, the journalist, smiled and said, well, I know where I'm going to get you. Your wife is coming next. For sure, she's going to tell me your weaknesses. He said, no big deal. And when the wife came in, yeah, the interviewer went on straight away. Yeah, your husband, he's such a wonderful man. So victorious, always successful. Can you tell us some of his weaknesses? The wife smiled and said, do you know what? He's got so much strength that I don't even see his weaknesses. His strengths are so magnified that the weaknesses he has are so tiny and diminished that I do not even notice them. And the journalist was like, wow, what a man and what a wife. That's how you've got to think if you need to become confident. You don't need to focus a lot on your strengths. Little-minded people focus on your strengths, or little-minded people on your weaknesses, or little-minded people want to focus on your weaknesses and magnify that so you might feel belittled. But I tell you this, my friend, do not let them bring you down. You are beyond pettiness. Focus on your strengths, work on them, and become more confident. And the last thing, your destination It's not where you come from. It's not where you are right now that is important. You might have been so successful in the past that is history. You can become better and better. You want to be the best you ever. So you focus on your destination. The questions you should ask yourself to know truly what your destination is where do you see yourself? Where is your ideal destination? What is important to you? What does success mean to you? How does it feel? Your answers to this question will determine your destination. In it all, it should be a destination that is yours and another person's. And you could only know this if at the end, success to you feels great fulfillment. It feels peaceful. You feel fulfilled once that goal is accomplished. You feel peace within you. Then you know that is truly your destination and not another person's destination. In other words, when you don't get there to please another person, when you don't get there because of another person, when you don't get there because you want to be like another person, in this all, once you know your achievements in the past, you celebrate the little achievement and progress you're making. You focus on your strength and keep going. And keep steady and focus on your destination. Do not turn to the right, to the left, do not look back. Just keep going. Do not be distracted by petty issues, by petty mind and petty things. Stay focused on your destination. And when you get there, you know how it feels. You might not know where it is, but then you have a great imagination. You have a great picture. You have an internalized mental picture of how it looks like, of how you will feel when you get there. And in it all, prepare. Preparation is the greatest proof of faith. You prepare even when you are not there yet. You prepare to go to that destination. Take for example when you're going for a vacation. You prepare, you pack your bag. You get your ticket. Your luggage is set, everything, and you are ready to go. Once you've done your preparations, because the truth is, opportunity meets preparation. You might get into that destination, all of the opportunities there, you will not be able to grasp it if you are not prepared and ready yet for those opportunities. If you are not prepared and ready yet to handle such opportunities, then you get to a destination, there is no use. Whenever we get to a destination, it's not enough to get to a destination. When we get to a destination, we get there for a purpose. When you choose a location for your vacation, you choose that destination or that location for a purpose. When you get to that location, you get there to do some stuff. You get there to enjoy. So whenever you get to a destination, it's not enough. Your purpose has to be fulfilled. The purpose for getting to the destination in the first place must be fulfilled. Some work has to be done. So you need to be prepared, set goals, and finally, take actions. Take actions and move. That makes you become a great, confident person. How do you set your goals? How do you set your goals? Based on your beliefs, your values, based on what you so desire, your words, your action, your destination. What means destination and success to you? What means fulfillment to you? How can you gradually move from that area of comfort, that area where everything is just norm, where your life is the same, day after day, no excitement, no novelty, where you're comfortable? How can you move from that area to a stretch zone, to an area of novelty, to an area of wow, to an area of great satisfaction and fulfillment, which is taking you to that destination, to that ideal destination you want to be? You need to stretch. And as I say that, you need to get more knowledge of that destination, more knowledge of what you want to get there and do, more knowledge, and get all the resources you will need to fulfill your purpose when you get there. Stretch forward gradually, step by step. Get there and become more confident. And eventually, you get into that zone where you feel like, wow, I can achieve all things. And to get there, I just want to tell you, the vision might be so big. Don't get so overwhelmed. Set simple, very specific goals. In that way, your mind is focused. Be able to measure them. Be able to show your progress so you can know whether you're progressing or you're regressing. You can know whether you're just standing still and making no movements. So you can be able to make changes. You can be able to strategize. And let them be motivational. Let them be goals that will motivate you to want to move, to want to take action. Have ambition. Let it be something that you're ambitious about, that you could achieve because you have so much ambition and desire to achieve that. Let it be reasonable and realistic. I will tell you this. There are no goals that are unrealistic. It's just the timing that may be unrealistic. So when you set the goals, the timing should be realistic. For example, maybe your goal is you want to become a medical doctor tomorrow or a lawyer. You cannot become a medical doctor overnight. It's so unrealistic. But you can become a medical doctor someday. It doesn't matter whether you come from a poor home. It doesn't matter if you have no money to go to school. It doesn't matter if you're not going to school at the moment or you are not illiterate. It is possible. It is realistic. But it's just the timing. And do not be afraid when you cannot achieve your goals. In the time that you said, be flexible and change the time, change the frame. It was set by you and you could always change it. Because the thing is, once you put a time, once your goals are time bound, once you give a specific target, your mind is so focused and it goes directly to fulfill those goals. It gives you that motivation to want to act because there is a time limit. And when you cannot fulfill it in that time, no big deal. As I said before, set goals again. And when you set your goals, remember, make them personal. In that way, you are giving your mind a great and direct instruction. It's all about me. I know who I am. I know what I want. I know I can achieve it. And I want to achieve it. You tell your mind, go. You are the steward. Go and do this. Stay positive. Positivity is a great tool. Confident people are always positive. They do not look at the ups and downs in life. They are very optimistic. Be positive about your goals. And make them present. Don't say you will. You could keep saying you will become a lawyer. You could become a lawyer at 80. At retirement. You must put a time. You must say today. You tell your mind, today I decide I want to study, I want to become a lawyer. And when you set these goals, look within you, what gifts have you got? Focus on your gifts. In that way you are more motivated to want to act. Look around you, what opportunities you have. What are the objectives for you setting these goals? What are your aspirations? What are your ambitions? What are your aims in life? Look at them. You are more motivated to act. Listen to your body language when you start acting. Get feedback. What are the body language? What is it that your body is telling you? Does it love what it's doing? How could it love it more? How could you get yourself to love it more? Listen is key. Listen to it. Take feedback. And then in it all, find satisfaction. Find fulfillment, spirituality, solution. In everything you do, be focused on the solution. Be focused on the satisfaction you gain. Be focused on the things of the Spirit. That when this is achieved, you will have peace within you. Peace. Go on and become a more confident you. And have the peace that you can believe in yourself. You can do whatever you want to do if only you believe. Thank you very much. Becoming more confident you. For more information, contact me, Dr. Sylvia Forchap, Voice of Nations, www.voiceofnations.org.uk, info@voiceofnations.org.uk. Join our mentorship program. Join our leadership courses. Come for one-to-one sessions, consultations. We are here to serve you, mentor you, and see you excel in your maximum potential and becoming more confident, happy, and fulfilled you. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Thank you.